Aloha and welcome to ICS 314 Software Engineering. It's actually July right now and the course doesn't start till August, so what the heck is happening here? This year I've decided to do something called the Pregame, which gives you guys an opportunity to start fooling around with some of the technologies we'll be using in ICS 314 during the summer, because the surf's not up every day. There's a little rain here and there, maybe a little wind. Sometimes it's hot and you want to hang out in air conditioning. Might as well, learn some stuff. That's what I think. And all this stuff is kind of fun to fool around with. So if you go to the site here, courses.icshawaii.edu/ICS314 Fall 16, you'll see the home page for the course. And you can learn a little bit about what's going on. And then if you go to the modules area, you'll see that most of the modules are defined as coming soon right now. I haven't finished upgrading them for 314 Fall 16. By the way, if you've heard about this course before, this semester is going to be the very best time I've ever taught it. I'm super excited. I got some really new things I'm going to be introducing to you guys this semester. So that's pretty exciting to me. Anyway, go to the Pregame module, and I've got a half dozen things that I think would be good for you to fool around with. The first being learning about the kind of laptop that I've found is appropriate for this class over time. You can kind of check to make sure your laptop's developer level ready. And then we're going to be using Slack for the communication needs of the class. And Slack is kind of a cool thing. You can use this experience to learn a little bit about Slack. Sign up. We have a Slack team already established for the course. You can join that team right now, and as you're going through these pregame materials, you can use Slack to talk to other students who might be working on it, or ask me a question. I'm on Slack most of the time, so we can use that to get to know each other. Then, if you haven't used the command line before, really important in this class. I'm not going to teach the command line. I just kind of expect you guys to know how to use it, and it's real simple. But if you hadn't come across the need to learn about the command line, spend an hour or so to learn what it is, because when you're installing software and so forth, you're going to need to do it. Another thing that we'll be going over this in class, but of course it's a little easier if you've got some prior familiarity with it, and the summer is a good time to do it. Learn a little bit about HTML and particularly CSS. You probably all know a little bit of HTML at least, but cascading style sheets might be a new concept, not rocket science. I discovered this Khan Academy course on HTML, CSS. I've looked it over. I haven't taken it myself, but I think it's a pretty good, reasonable introduction, and it's got these interactive, lessons that make it easy to learn it. Okay, the other thing that we'll be doing in the fall is using JavaScript. Here's a situation where a little bit of advanced, preparation can go a long way. I know that you're either a computer engineering student or an ICS student, so you either know Java or C++. So you've got a background in programming. JavaScript actually has some really neat features not present in either of those other two languages, which we're going to exploit this semester. For the summer, what I'd like you to do is just kind of get comfortable with the syntax of JavaScript. And there's a Code Academy course that I've gone through in the past, and I think that's it's a pretty good class. Unfortunately, since the time that I took it, they've now instituted this pro track or pro option where basically you pay money to unlock certain lessons. That's a little irritating. You can either pay, it's I think that it's a monthly model, so you can pay them like $20, and then you have full access for a month. You can do that if you want. If you don't want to, don't bother. There's plenty of JavaScript tutorials out there, and I'm not going to require you to get a pro subscription for the class. But these kind of Code Academy type places, there's some interesting learning opportunities through them. So you might as well take advantage. As you're going through it, if you have questions, comments, once you've joined Slack, there's a pregame channel you can use to talk with others about it. And then finally, we're going to be using IntelliJ IDEA as our integrated development environment. And that's free for students, so you can go here to sign up. IntelliJ IDEA, it has a little bit of a learning curve. We'll be going through it in more detail in class, but if you download it during the summer and then went through some of the guided tours, videos, and just played around with it a little bit, certainly can't hurt. So there you have it, some pre-gaming activities you can use to start to get those neurons firing again after the summer. And get yourself ready for 314 so you can feel comfortable once the semester happens. All right, so I'm real excited about this class. I'm going to be working on it over the course of the rest of the summer to get it all prepared for you guys so that we have an amazing experience. You learn a whole lot of things and have a great fall. Aloha.